Mr. Speaker, the fact is it's only Conservatives being investigated. Evidence is mounting. This scandal is not going away. Every day, new information comes out that makes things look worse for the Conservatives. People got calls to identify how they were going to vote. The information was entered into the Conservatives' voter database. If they weren't voting Conservative, they got fake Elections Canada calls telling them to go to the wrong poll locations. Pointing fingers at the opposition won't cut it. When is the government going to explain its role?
Parliamentary Secretary to the Prime Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You know, the NDP has had to apologize for making just these kinds of unsubstantiated smears out of this House. Not once, not twice, but many times so far, Mr. Speaker. Let's be clear. The New Democratic Party is actually being investigated by Elections Canada for its 2009 AGM, for its 2011 AGM, once they submit that report, by the way, for taking illegal donations that breach the Elections Canada Act. There's also other investigations that have been alluded to in the media that involve NDP members, certainly not this party, Mr. Speaker.
The honourable member for Hamilton Mountain.
Mr. Speaker, the Parliamentary Secretary's spin simply isn't working. It's only the Conservatives who are under investigation. Maybe they aren't taking this seriously, but Elections Canada sure is. Elections Canada is broadening their search Canada-wide, with hundreds of new tips flowing in. They're finding new evidence that they say is, quote, gold. As evidence against them mounts, when are the Conservatives going to stop pointing fingers, evading questions, and call a public inquiry?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, just a few short months ago, the NDP very deliberately and very deceptively tried to siphon money off into the Broadbent Institute using money from the taxpayers. They had to apologize to Elections Canada. They had to refund that money. They had to admit that they broke the law, Mr. Speaker. You know, Ed Broadbent may be a great unifying force within the NDP, but he wasn't entitled to that money, Mr. Speaker.
Update on Louise.